Hi, I'm Donna Cryer, and this is the Cooking for Strength segment in our Fighting Liver Cancer with Food series with our celebrity chef, Daniel Thomas.
I appreciate it, Donna. I'm so excited. How are you guys doing today? I'm Chef Daniel Thomas, and I'm excited to talk to you about cooking for strength and getting those muscles and getting that immune system back up so that we have immune boosting foods that we have here today so that you can get some of that strength. So today we're talking about amazing entrees. And so even though we talked about already cooking for comfort and also cooking for energy, and so today we're talking about cooking for strength. So I'm excited. So if you guys, so just so you know, once in a while when you're going through your process of liver cancer or just bad health, you sometimes lose strength. And it's not just physically, but it's also mentally. So this food is actually great because it does both. It actually impacts your, not just your physical strength, but also builds up your mental strength. Why is that good?
Both are important, mentally and physically, to be strong as you navigate your cancer journey. And sometimes people think that it's just all in your head that I feel tired and I feel weak. It's not. Actually, the process of cancer often causes muscle wasting. Your doctor may use big words like sarcopenia, but it just means your muscles, because the liver does so much to help you create muscle, that you lose strength. So to get it back, you need protein-rich foods. You need recipes like this.
I couldn't agree more. So today we're getting ready to do that right now. I'm excited to talk to you about how we utilize some of the cooking for energy, cooking for comfort food items, because we had a smoothie earlier in one of our other segments that we had. Right. Then we had a soup. And so I want to make sure that even as we're cooking during these items, I want to make sure that we are able to bring it all together. So I'm actually utilizing some of the items because I also want you not to have to spend so much money, pack your refrigerator, especially if we get old. So I'm actually going to interchange some of the ingredients in there.
And I think that's one of the best things, that you don't want to, buy all these foods and spend all this money and then I can only use a little bit of this spinach and it's all going to go to waste. So we're showing you across the series, and we do hope you watch the entire series. So whether you make one recipe or all of these, you'll be able to use all of these foods across and get the nutrients of these wonderful ingredients across all of these recipes.
Well, let's get started.
Let's cook.
So we're getting ready to start with some of our salmon. And as I get my pan hot to get that ready, I did want to talk about strength a little bit. When my dad had cancer during that time, I wanted to make sure that he had strength, because when you go through your cancer battle, you're just so tired, you're exhausted because of the chemotherapy and just some of the mental frustrations that come with cancer and just liver problems. And what happens is you have to understand that. Let's just talk about the liver for just a quick second, because this is your wheelhouse.
This is what we love.
This is what you love. Yeah. So when you look at the liver actually is the intersection that everything starts. When you digest food and medicines, everything it's like a train station. It goes through the process and everything has to be broken down. It's like, we're going to take a little bit here and take it there, and it has to break it down. So why is the liver so important in your life?
Well, it's important in my life because I'm blessed to be 27 years post-liver transplant.
Wow.
And so coming from, being told that I only had 7 days to live without a new liver.
Wow.
Being able to receive that gift of life, the liver will forever be very special to me and everybody involved at the Global Liver Institute. And so we think that everybody who has a liver, and that's everybody, needs to know about their liver health and needs to know recipes like this to keep their liver strong and healthy so the entire body can be strong and healthy.
That's so fantastic. And so that's one of the reasons why I wanted to partner with GLI for their cooking segment, is because she only had 7 days to live. And I'm sure some of you all have gotten a call that you may have cancer or that you may have major liver problems. But the best thing is that even though it may say you have 7 days or 1 day, it doesn't mean that it's over. So you have to make sure that you put in the work. So that's why, you know what? I'm here to show you how to eat to make sure it's healthy, because food is life. So our pan is nice and hot. So I'm actually going to add just a little bit of oil.
Olive oil is great for your liver. You want to be able to have these sort of plant-based fats like in olive oil and walnuts that we used in an earlier episode. Those are the types of fats that are good for you. And many cancer patients are losing weight. So little olive oil, really good for you.
So what I'm going to do first is actually season. So this is my special 7 season and spice herb crusted pan-seared salmon.
This is just for us. This is a special,
this is a special
GLI recipe.
Yeah, I made this
us.
just for them. So it's 7th season. So we're using salt. We're using pepper. Just so you know, we have salt here. We have pepper. We have garlic powder. We have red pepper flakes, again, for that great heart health and liver health. We also have fresh thyme. We have turmeric, which is fantastic for liver health, as well as for brain health. And we also have some fresh dill. You can't really do salmon without the dill.
I think that's right. I think that's right. That's why you're a professional.
Sure. This is what I do. What I do.
Right.
So just so you all can see the amazing items here. So I'm going to add them here. So just a pinch of salmon. Now the way I like to do, so just so you know, the way I like to do salt when it comes to salmon, salt or almost any other protein is about 6 inches from the top of the salmon. So that, because if not, you're going to get salt everywhere, and you actually want it to go where it's supposed to be. So then we're going to add some amazing thyme.
Right. And please don't eat unseasoned food. I'm just telling you, whether you have cancer or not, whatever you're going through, don't eat unseasoned food. It's just not worth it. Life's too short to eat unseasoned food. That's my statement. I'm standing by it.
And you're right, but sometimes it's not that they want to eat unseasoned food. They just don't know how to eat unseasoned food, because it's so intimidating when a doctor says, don't eat this, don't eat that, that you really don't know what to eat. But that's why you have me. And I'm going to show you exactly what to do. So we're going to,
I love the turmeric. I love the color. And there are so many cultures that we work with at the Global Liver Institute on our cancer activities that, turmeric is just a very common spice. It's in every household. And I remember talking to one of my experts at a large academic medical center that we all know and love. And I was thinking they were going to take me off of all of my supplements and tell me, that I shouldn't be taking turmeric and they said, no, turmeric is good for you. Keep the turmeric in your diet. And so I'm so glad to see it here.
So I'm getting ready to put this in. I don't want you to get burnt. So just take two steps. Just, I don't want the oil to splatter on you.
Okay.
So
I'm going to do the cha-cha slide, 2
slide
steps.
to the left. That's 2 steps. Just the cheesy that comes out. So just so you know, the pan is smacking. The pan is getting ready to crackle. So that means your lips about to get smacking. But the thing is, I want to do presentation side. So just so you all know how to make sure I want you to see it beforehand so you can make sure you see it. Delicious. But I want you to see, I'm getting ready to do presentation side. So that's the opposite of the skin side, presentation side. And you want to do that down. So you grab it by the sides, not too thick. Oh, just like that.
See, I was always doing it I was doing it the wrong way. I'm just going to call it what it was, the wrong way. Because I was thinking, you wanted to get the skin really crispy first, and then, but thank you.
You're more than welcome.
I will forever be changed now.
Presentation, and you want to kind of give it a quick stir, because that is what I call LITF. LITF means locking the flavor. So make sure you remember that LITF means locking the flavor. When you LITF it, that means that you're going to, and just toss the rest of that seasoning there. But when you LITF it, that means that I had to kind of do a spin move here, and that way it helps prevent the sticking, even though I have a non-stick pan here. But you want to make sure that your oil is dispersed evenly. So I want to make sure that you all are able to get that this oil is dispersed evenly. Now, you want it on a medium heat. And because I want to make sure, so 2 things. Obviously, for camera purposes, you don't want it to be too loud, so I don't want to put the exhaust fan on. So I have a window crack. But I also want to make sure that as I'm cooking this, I want to make sure that I get a nice slight crust. Not too big. So you start it off on high heat, and then you want to break it down and bring it down a notch to medium to low heat to finish it off. And so right now.
So you have texture as well as spice. You're giving
correct.
us everything here
Everything
in this
that
recipe.
you need in the recipe.
And nutrients.
And
so I feel stronger
and it's
just knowing about this.
There you go. And it's in one pan.
One pan.
The one pan wonder.
That's right.
The GLI one pan wonder. Here we go. And so I wanted to quickly, I'm going to do a close up, because now that it's done, I'm going to now turn the fire down. Fire. Don't. I'm sorry. I had to. So I want to make sure as we get ready to do this close up, I wanted to show you what it looks like when you finally turn it over. Are you ready?
I love that you can cook in the air. That is magic. There's professional and then there's professional. When you can cook in the air, that's something. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Exactly. We're like, that is the official description.
And
that's
so,
what we're going to write in the caption underneath this episode.
There you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take these items and I'm going to push them to the side because I want them to cook. And the reason why I want them kind of close together is that one, they can get evenly cooked, but the sides can start to cook more than what it is. So I'm trying to get that residual heat that's going to cook all of it. But I also want to do something else. I want to turn the heat up just a little bit because I want to start to have some room so I can bring some of this orzo. And I have some of the soup items left over, which is some of this barley, some of this bulgur wheat, some of this couscous, and I want to get that in here. So just a little bit here.
This is exciting that we're going to have a whole meal in this one pan.
In this one pan. And this is just for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And this one, I would eat all four. You know, some people are afraid to cook fish. I think it took like a amount of courage for me to start cooking fish and cooking salmon, but it's really important to have as part of your diet and to try to incorporate fish, particularly a fatty fish like salmon, at least once a week, 1 to 3 times a week in your diet.
And the best part about this, I have to say, is that I am able to utilize all the same seasonings and herbs because again, this is a 7-seared entree, and all you want to do is just quickly just stir that up.
So I really think that when I think across the entire Fighting Liver Cancer with Food series, where we have eating for energy and we made a smoothie, eating for comfort and we made a soup, and now eating for strength, like the whole week is covered because we made a lot. We made a lot of soup and
yes.
So I'm excited, but like in these across the series, we have the whole week covered.
Yes. And meal prep is very, very important, but some of this stuff you can actually buy already cooked already. Most of, if you want to, I haven't cooked all of this, but if you want to buy some of the bulgur wheat or the couscous that's already cooked in 90 seconds, it's okay. Just be careful because it is high in sodium. But I mean, at this point, when usually somebody has stage 3, stage 4 cancer, and they start to lose weight, you really want them to eat almost anything. Please just eat, but just be careful for sugars.
Yeah, so, and the sodium, that's a really great issue. You know, it's and everything needs to be personalized. You know, I have issues with hydration because I come from having digestive diseases. So, and have a really great, cardiovascular profile. So a little extra sodium is okay for me because it actually helps me retain water. For somebody else, like my father had, congestive heart failure, and so he needed to be on a low sodium diet. So make sure that, in addition to these episodes, you may reach out to your nutritionist at your hospital. Ask your doctor for access to a nutritionist or palliative care team to help make sure that you're getting the personalized options for you.
So now we're at this point. So we're pretty much done because that, I just had to heat up the pasta, which is the orzo, and the bulgur wheat, the wheat berry, and the couscous. The salmon is finished. That's because I want to get a medium on it. And then the only thing I have to cook is the sauteed spinach, arugula, and mesclun mix. So now that that's done, we don't need any extra oil. We just want to just quickly.
This is
now
I'm
going to just bring my pan to the side here because you want to do it to your heat. So I want to, you see how I'm twisting my pan here? So now I'm kind of semi-stopping the cooking process for the salmon and the orzo, but I'm actually going to utilize that for the spinach here.
So many pro tips. So many pro tips. I've lost count of the number of pro tips. Not just in this episode, but across this series.
But you now have them though. Like they're yours.
We all
and
have
they're for
them.
all the viewers now. And what am I going to do with my seasoning?
Season thoroughly. Use the same seasoning.
Correct. So a pinch of salt, but just a pinch of salt because you don't need too much because everything else is seasoned already. A pinch of pepper, red pepper flake, just a pinch. Yep. A little bit of turmeric.
And some folks have lost taste or lost appetite as they've gone through cancer treatment. And so adding a little extra spice, liven up those taste buds, wake them up again.
And now I can turn the fire off because I'm going to let the residual heat from the pan finish off the spinach.
And it always looks so much when you put it in and then it cooks down, which is always that's another magic trick, it seems like to me. Cooking magic.
So once you flip it over a number of times, we are done. So just so you know, when we come back, we're going to plate this and we're going to show you the delicious 7-season herb crusted one pot wonder that we're doing, one pan wonder, and it's good. The pan seared herb crusted salmon with sauteed spinach, arugula, mesclun with some amazing orzo, and we're just saving money, we're saving lives, and we're hopefully that we save you some time so that you're not figuring out what to eat next. We look forward to seeing you when we come back. Thank you so much. Welcome back. We're so excited on this segment. We are just finished an amazing dish of salmon, spinach, orzo pasta to complement today's and finish today's segment of cooking for strength. I'm so excited. Do you smell it? Are you ready to eat?
I'm absolutely ready to eat. If you talk to any of my family, I'm always ready to eat, but particularly now, I feel stronger just smelling this and knowing also that I only have one pan to clean up afterwards.
There you
if I
go.
were cooking this
One
at home.
pan, and that's it. And I'm all about the one pan wonder. So, you know, my family, we're huge on presentation. And so I want to make sure that as we talk about presentation and cooking, I want to make sure that you eat with your eyes first and your smell. So a lot of times, actually, you eat with your nose first because you're like, the aroma. So you're like, oh, now you're won over, but now you got to, but if you see it and it looks bad, you're like, I don't know. Maybe not today. But if it looks good, then you're even more excited and you're more enticed to eat, especially when you're trying to get some strength because you don't have the energy. So I'm here just to cook the energy. So we're going to start off with a little bit of the pasta first.
Okay.
So I don't want to burn you. So just one step.
I will.
No.
I
It's
will
good right
cha-cha
there.
slide myself.
There you go.
I was like, wait, I want all of it. That's what you saw in my face. It was the wait, no, I want all of it.
So the best thing to do is starting in the center of the plate.
Ooh.
It smells good too. I just want to put it out there.
This is so special, and you know, it's very easy to be going back and forth between the hospital or just, oh my gosh, just back and forth between bed and the couch during cancer treatment and not feeling very special. And so this would make someone feel very special.
And so when you're doing it, just take your time with it. It's just a little bit. And so I'm starting in the center of the plate. So again, right here in the center, you want to make sure you rock it out here in the center. Then now that that's done, and you don't want to move it too much because it has some of the oil inside of it. Because I use turmeric, it has the different colors, and so when it drains on the oil, it'll splatter. And I don't want that to be all over the plate for presentation purposes. And then you're going to take the sauteed spinach and arugula, and you're going to place that right in this on top of that to give it some height. And you don't have to move it because once you touch it, you don't have to move it again.
These are like secrets of a restaurant.
Because if you move it, what's going to happen? It's going to smear the plate. There you go. So you just, and you kind of push it together a little bit to give it some height. And then.
I have white plates too at home, so I can pretend like I know something.
There you go.
I'll be ready.
There you go. And we just take a nice piece of salmon. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm so ready.
There we go.
This is so exciting to me because I know it's all healthy. I know it's all digestible. I feel good about eating it, and I didn't have to make it for myself, so that makes it even more special. But it's as hard or harder, having been both a caregiver and a patient, the job is so hard, and if nobody else has thanked you, I thank you, and I recognize you for all that you're doing for your patient and for advocacy organizations like mine to help make the system better. And so if we can provide a meal like this, hopefully you'll be stronger as well as your patient.
Well, there you have it. I guess my job is now just to serve the food. And so as we get ready to do it, I want to show you all as we bring it together. And as you can see, you just got to add just a little garnish right here on top just to finish it off.
As the official representative of the viewing audience, as well as the co-host, I feel it's important that I taste this to make, trust but verify. And so it looks gorgeous, as we all can see, but I'm going to have a taste. And it is. That's amazing.
You're feeling the strength already. How is it?
The spices! It's so great! It's so great. It's so great. Thank you.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
I'm not giving the plate back.
No, it's okay.
Reaching for the plate.
There you go.
I'm not giving the plate
it's
back.
okay.
No.
But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's been such an honor and pleasure to take care of you all during these segments. Today we had an amazing segment. And first we talked about cooking for energy. Then we talked about cooking for comfort. And now we're talking about cooking for strength. We've had an amazing run where we talked about the smoothies, and then we talked about the soups, and now we're talking about making sure that you have the energy that you need to take your journey of liver health to the next level, whether you have cancer or anything else. We want to make sure that you all continue to stop past as we create more videos for you all during this process and during this journey. Just know you're not alone. And even though you all are at the doctor's 2 to 3 days sometimes out of the year, you're here with me, Chef Daniel Thomas, the other 362 days of the year. And we're so excited that I got to partner with GLI, the Global Liver Institute, and leading the helm of Donna Cryer. So we're so excited to see you. Thank you so much. ASI, the ASI team. And we just hope that you have a great day. Continue to be amazing and stay amazing. Do not let anybody take the extra out of your ordinary.